Hello, Keith Rucker here at VintageMachinery.org. Guys, today we're going to take a little bit of time and do some shop organization and hopefully kind of improve an area of my shop that quite honestly has been somewhat of a rat's nest over the past couple of years. I'm kind of back in the back corner of my shop. This is kind of in what I call my woodworking area. And unfortunately, this kind of corner of my shop has become somewhat of a catch-all, and particularly with just piling up wood. When we were getting ready to use the pattern maker's lathe the other day, I had to spend about an hour or two just unloading stuff because it was just packed up with little wood scraps, stuff like this, that I had just saved up over the years. Now, in my defense, a lot of this stuff, blocks of wood and things, I use them all the time when I'm moving machinery around for cribbing. So these are helpful, but there's a lot of stuff in here that's just junk and needs to be sorted through and gotten rid of. And let's face it, you're always creating more of this stuff. So, the little smaller pieces, yeah, they just need to go. But to kind of help get this area a little bit more organized, you can see I got some bigger pieces of lumber back here and it's just kind of piled up against the wall. I don't really have a lumber storage area, and that's what I want to try to fix today. If you look back here, I've got these metal frames. There's two of them. This is actually some pallet racking that I salvaged a couple of years ago. In fact, not long after I built the shop, with the intention of turning it into a lumber rack, and they've just kind of they got buried under all the lumber is what happened, and I just haven't done it. So today, I think I'm going to do is take the time, kind of get this area cleaned out, get these pallet racking things mounted up, bolted up, lagged up to the wall, and I've got some little pieces that will come on there that will come out not too terribly far. Let's see, where are they? So this is one of them here. When I bought the pallet racking, I actually bought these. They just kind of come in there and hang on the end of the racking and kind of come straight out. And they only come out about, 14 inches or so. So it's not putting a whole lot of leverage on things, but it will give me some shelving that I can stack some lumber on and kind of get it up off of the wall like it is right now. I think it'll be an improvement. One of those things that just need to take the time to do it, and today we're going to take the time and do it. So step one is move piles. I'm going to move this pile of lumber, and I'm going to make a new pile of lumber, and then when we get the racking done, we'll make another pile of lumber, and hopefully it'll be organized better. So give me a little bit of time. I'm going to get in here and move this stuff out. Well, that's one step down. I've actually got clean floor space back here. Can't say the same for the rest of the shop where all the stuff went to, but we got some clean space right here. So next up, need to figure out where I want to put these on the wall, and I'm going to probably get some 2x6s and we'll just screw, lag, whatever them into the studs in the wall throughout here, and then we'll attach the pallet rack frame to that. Probably going to have to make a trip to the home improvement store to get some supplies because I don't think I got enough lumber. Even though I had a lot of lumber, I don't think I had the right lumber to do this job. So let me figure that out and we'll go from there. I think I got kind of a plan here. These are basically 4 feet apart, so I'm going to put 4 feet between them as well. And they're 10 feet tall. I'm going to put some 2x4s, I think, into the wall. I'm going to bolt them onto or lag them into the studs in the wall here, and then we're going to lag these into those. And so basically I need some 12-foot 2x4s. I don't have any 12s. That way I can just do one piece instead of having to put two pieces up. I think that'd just be better. In fact, I may even get 14s and just let them go on out a little bit farther on the ends. Let's see. I'll figure out exactly what I need here in a minute to kind of hit my studs, but I'll probably get some 14-footers and I need to get the screws to mount them on the wall as well as the lag bolts. So trip to Lowe's. And I got a 2x4. I'm gonna put 5 of these up and down the wall for us to bolt these or lag these pieces of metal to. I ended up having to get a 12-foot 2x4. I was shooting for 14s, but they didn't have any 14s. They went from a 12-foot to an 18-foot on 2x4s, and I didn't really want to get the 18-footers and have to cut that much off, plus hauling them. So anyway, I just got some 12s, and I'm just gonna basically move one of these in 18 inches to get it lined up onto the studs. So shouldn't be a big deal at all. Now to put these on, I basically got these kind of lag screws. These are the headlock style. It's basically just a big screw with a big head on the end, and this is for putting in this type of application here. It's kind of got a big torque bit on the end, and we're just gonna put these into the studs. I can tell where my studs are because I nailed into them with when I put the sheathing up on the wall. So for example, I know there's one right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and put one right here in the center. I'm gonna get a couple of these in, and we'll start putting all this together. All right. I'm gonna put one on every stud just for good measure. But right now I'm just gonna put 3 in just to kind of hold it, and I'm gonna move these out of the way, get my lathing up, and then we'll come back and screw these in as well. So let's do that real quick. We got our lathing up on the wall now. This is all very securely mounted in, strip going all the way across. So now let's get our pieces here screwed in as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one in position. Using the same type screws as before. These are just a little bit longer, and I'm putting a washer on the end so that we can just kind of go right through both of these. This will go into the 2x4 and into the wall and into the studs behind the 2x4s in the wall. So this should be it. There we go. First one in. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get the second one in place, and we'll get it screwed in as well. All right, now I just need to go around and put the rest of the lag screws in, and I think we'll have these installed. I have all of my racking mounted up against the wall. I've gone ahead and put in some of these shelf brackets as well, and I am happy with this. That is going to do a good job to get some of that lumber up off the floor, and where we can still have room to work up underneath this. I got my compound miter saw that will fit up underneath this. Before it was sticking way out because I had all the stuff behind it. Now it'll be more under it, so that'll give me a little more room in here. I'm gonna get all the rest of my lumber piled up over here, stacked back up, and we'll go from there. But I'm liking it. Well, this is starting to take shape. I'm kind of liking it. I've pretty much got my lumber that I want to save kind of piled up on here. I do still keep a bunch of little offcuts and scraps because you always need that stuff. But the stuff that's up here on the table, guys, this really hurts. It really pains me, but I'm gonna take this down to the burn pile and we're gonna get rid of it. Yeah, I'm gonna need it all next week. I know I am, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, it hurts, but sometimes it's just what you gotta do. But yeah, I'm liking this. A lot of the smaller stuff I've kind of got down lower. Again, the cutoffs, that's what I use a lot of for cribbing and things. Some of the bigger pieces of lumber are kind of up a little bit higher. but there when I need them. And actually, I had a lot more lumber out here than I thought I did. A lot of times I'll go to the store and buy a 2x4 because the 2x4 that I could have used was in the bottom of the pile over here and I didn't even realize I had it. Now I can kind of take inventory, and even though this may look kind of messy, there is a rhyme to my reason. I kind of got things sorted by size so I know what's where. And most of this stuff is, you know, construction grade lumber, which is what I use a lot of out here in the shop, building the crates and things like that. I do have another lumber rack that's up in my other storage building that I have some of my nicer wood on, some cherry, some mahogany, some maple, some things like that, that if I'm building a more project or whatever, I'll go up there and pick through that and kind of bring it down here. But honestly, the, you know, 2x4s, 2x6s, stuff like that, that's what gets used out here the most, because mostly what I'm doing, like I said, is building a shipping crate or just working on something in the shop and just need a piece of wood. So this is going to be very helpful. All right, I'm going to continue kind of cleaning out. I'm going to get my cutoff saw back in here, my compound miter saw. Like I said, I can kind of get it back in there a little bit farther now. I think that's going to help. I've still got some bigger cribbing, and it's going to have to just get piled up on the floor over here, but that's going to be fine. I'm going to try to keep it away from the lathe where it was before, just from simplicity standpoint. But anyway, we're going to continue on, and I need to get all this stuff out of here. This makes me happy. I have a nicely organized corner of my shop. Yes, I have been planning on doing this rack here literally for years now. I got this pallet racking shortly after I moved into the shop, which was 7, 8 years ago. I can't remember exactly. And it's just been kind of propped up back here against this wall, and the other stuff has just been kind of piling up around it as well. But it is now stuff up off the floor, stuff organized. I got more room, I got more just space, and it looks so much better. And again, I'm a happy camper because of this. I've got some more shop organization things that I need to just take the time to do. Like I finally just took the time to do this. I've got a couple of little kind of racks and things like that in my mind. I've actually got the materials to make it. I just need to take the time to do it. It's just so many projects to do, and so many people breathing down my neck wanting me to get their stuff done, which is fully understandable. There's just not enough time for me to do my own stuff sometimes. But very nice to get this finally knocked out, and just in time for our shop open house that we're going to be having as part of ARNFest, which is coming up, ARNFest South. By the time you guys see this video, I think it'll be beginning the next day, and on that Sunday we're having a little open house out here for the people that come to ARNFest South, and I'm trying to get the shop cleaned up and presentable for that event. And I decided, hey, let's just get it done, and I'm glad I did. Guys, that's going to be a wrap today. Yeah, something different. Shop organization is so important. It's so important to have your things organized and things put up. And I take it pretty seriously, but at the same time, I have so much that I need to do. The problem with shop organization is it takes a lot of time to do it. And yeah, that's the problem. And you know, just finding the time to do it is it. Again, glad to have this knocked out. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. We'll catch you on the next video. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Those thumbs up, those comments, they are greatly appreciated. They help out a lot with the algorithms on YouTube. Big, huge thank you to those who support my site financially through Patreon, PayPal, and out through YouTube memberships. You can support through any of those means. And if you get value out of these videos, consider chipping in, even if it's just a couple of bucks a month. It really makes a big difference. And if enough of you guys were to do it, it could be a big game changer for me. And now that this is my full-time gig, it's important. It's important to me. So thank you to those that can do that. Guys, we're going to get out of here. We'll catch you on the next video. Again, as always, thanks for watching.